It's Monday, so you know what that means. Welcome to the What the Food Weekly Update, the only food-based news show on the internet. I'm your host, Ethan Dutcher. Holy shit, it's June 1st. Is it just me, or has this been simultaneously the longest and the shortest year ever? Today, JBA Media Award winners announced, the answer we want, and the answer we need. So get ready for a flambe of current events and hot takes while we chew on today's news. The James Beard Awards. It's like the Oscars for food, and they have just announced their media winners. Media used to be books and TV shows, but as more and more talented, handsome, funny, smart people are using the internet for food-based projects, their categories are evolving. For instance, nowadays, a Bar Wench of the Year probably wouldn't go over that well. This year, instead of a decadent, beautiful, and boring ceremony, James Beard Foundation did a live online ceremony that was all of those things except for beautiful or decadent. Here's a list of the winners. Now, I'm not going to go over all of these because that would take fucking forever, but here's some of my favorites. Audio program, It Burns, the scandal-plagued race to breed the world's hottest chili. You can find this on Audible, and do you ever wonder about the crazy fucks that make insanely hot peppers? Because you should. It's basically the Tiger King of capsaicin-focused audio documentaries. And speaking of documentaries, this is a good one. That's My Jazz. It's on Vimeo, so you can watch it for free. It's about the sacrifice that's expected of cooks trying to achieve greatness. And I think if you're serious about the food industry or cooking, you should definitely give it a look. The standout this year is Josh Nealand taking home 2 awards, or getting it FedEx to him like a fucking online diploma. Big winners include Josh Nealand's The Whole Fish Cookbook, New Ways to Cook, Eat, and Think, which wins the Restaurant and Professional category, and Book of the Year. I'm sad to say that before today, I had no idea who Josh Nealand was, but I like his style. Unapologetic seafood using the whole fish, including serving eyeballs and other parts that are usually discarded. I know what my next cookbook purchase is going to be. Food trucks have become the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer of the food industry. The evolution of carts and creativity and quality has exploded in the past 10 years, but compared to brick-and-mortar restaurants, food carts have always been looked down on as the less legitimate little brother. Now, the best chefs in the world are out of work, and restaurant owners struggle to pivot to stay afloat. Food carts, on the other hand, have the mobility, bare-bones staff, minimal space, lower food cost, and to-go orders already factored in as a significant revenue source, giving them an advantage. We've seen an increased demand to bring food into communities, specifically neighborhoods and apartment buildings. Last week alone, we worked with over 40 apartment property managers looking to bring a food truck to their tenants. Unlike delivery, a food truck showing up creates a culinary event to break up the monotony of the week. So with people getting increasingly more tired of their own home cooking and with social distancing being easier at carts, you'd think that they're doing quite well. And I can sit here and read about it all day, but there's only one way to truly figure it out. So I went down to my local food cart pod and took a look. Ethan Dutcher reports. Welcome to the What the Food on the Street segment, our very first on the street segment. Today we're going to be looking at food carts and how they're dealing with the pandemic compared to restaurants. Doesn't seem to be too many people out here. What time is it, like 12:30? 1 o'clock on a Thursday. So Thursday can be kind of slow, more or less. It is a beautiful day, so I would be expecting to see more people out.
Is it empty in here?
From what I've been reading, food carts have been doing a lot better than restaurants. Is that what you've been seeing, or how is it from your perspective?
Our business is last. The ones that are doing well are with the delivery.
Yeah. So you're saying there's not a lot of foot traffic, it all seems to be Uber Eats, Caviar, Grubhub, stuff like that?
Yep, so it's been slow.
We're here with Tammy. You're the owner of the Runner BBQ, correct?
Taken down from my dad.
Taken down from your dad, very nice. How long have you been here?
8 years.
8 years in operation. How's this year compared to last year?
Here, it's like, it's been really busy.
Yeah, it's been really busy.
Yeah.
How has it been compared to foot traffic or orders?
Definitely higher in the delivery.
Uh-huh.
Although as time's going on, I'm starting to see more and more people
Yeah. The article that we're referencing mostly talks about how food carts are doing better than brick and mortar restaurants right
I can
now.
see that.
Would you say that you agree with that from what your kind of your perspective?
Well, I haven't really talked to a lot of people that own. I haven't talked to a lot of friends, people that own brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So I know that mine's doing better.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, having to pay those up towards 35% commission fees to these places,
Oh,
which
that's crazy.
a lot of people don't realize that, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna tip Grubhub $7, thinking the restaurant's gonna get it." No,
No, that tip goes all to the Grubhub.
it goes to the driver.
They modify anything, or do you feel like you guys have already set up for something?
I have had to modify. I'm using a lot more to-go containers. I'm luckily able to supply those to people for, yeah, a lot more to-go supplies, for sure. But other than that, yeah, we're pretty much, it's a small operation. Me and I have another gal that helps me, another guy that works early. And, you know, it's just us, so it's really contained in there, and we can control our environment safely.
Great.
Yeah.
So what I've observed is that food cart owners don't seem to have the same fear for their well-being and their staff that brick and mortar restaurants do. And while a lot of orders are being diverted to food carts, a lot of that money is being pillaged by third-party delivery apps. So they're actually not seeing a ton of that increased revenue. I'd like to give a special thanks to Tammy and Runner BBQ for taking their time out of her day to talk to me and kind of explain a little bit more about what's going on. I'd also like to thank the food carts on Foster at 5205 Foster Road, Portland, Oregon. There's a lot of fast food restaurants around this area specifically, so if you're around Foster Powell area, I seriously suggest coming to this food cart pod because it is better to support local businesses and people around you than it is the big companies like Burger King, Little Caesars, or Subway just around the corner. Ethan, that's the reporting. Chef Barber has been a longtime pioneer of the farm-to-table movement, with the philosophy that the best ingredients are the ones you grow yourself or that grow around you, letting the seasons and not the price tags determine what you eat. He has two restaurants, Blue Hill in Manhattan and Blue Hill at Stone Barn, which has a farm that supplies both restaurants. On top of that, he's the author of the book The Third Plate, which I actually own, which is an excellent read, but it's pretty dense. There's like 200 pages just on corn, so it's great if you're into that thing. And he has many projects and collaborations with other farmers and agriculturalists where they make new seeds with unique traits as well as resurrecting crops thought to be lost as a kind of a living edible history. Now that's fucking awesome. It's one thing to make a new dish with a vegetable, it's another thing to make a new vegetable. Fucking wild. His passion for seeds and produce is so strong that he has made it his mission to get cooks growing food with his program, Kitchen Farming Project. The project aims to be the training wheels for novice would-be gardeners who are interested but don't know where to start. If you sign up, you'll get step-by-step recipes for what you need to start their own garden, says Barber. You'll get a list of the basic tools you'll need. We'll hold your hand through every stage, with very detailed plans and step-by-step video guide. You'll be taken all the way through weeding and harvesting, and then we'll take you into the kitchen with the ingredients. And many think that they don't have enough room to garden, and that's why some of these videos teach you how to turn your lawn into one. Because grass is fucking stupid, and just imagine all the work that you put into your lawn. If that went to a garden instead, you might have something to show for your work. But if you don't want to do that to your lawn, look up Ron Finley, a gardener from Los Angeles, California, who has creative ways to grow a lot of food in a heavily urbanized environment, such as LA. Links to his resources below. Now, here's the link to the program. You don't need to be a cook to take advantage of this wonderful resource. The pride I have gotten from gardening is insurmountable. I mean, look at this radish I grew. It's huge. I'm so proud. I know how my dad feels now. And that's all, folks. I want to give a special thanks to everybody who's been giving me a lot of feedback on these videos. I am very new to the whole video making project deal, so it's been very much a learning curve. So if there's anything anybody else wants to see that I could do better or have any tips, please let me know. Other than that, if you see any articles, ingredients, or anything else that might be interesting that you'd like me to see, that you'd like to see me talk about, throw it on my Facebook page or one of my other social media things. And keep an eye out for full episodes coming this 4th of July where I bring in comedians and teach them how to cook fucked up foods. Here's a little sneak peek.
Oh God, that was its face.